A few days back, social media was buzzing with something that happened in a city I lived in. It was all over sites such as Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. The news was viral. In order to get more details about this incident, I visited mainstream media sites. Interestingly, there was nothing mentioned. Absolutely nothing. I am sure that many of you will relate with this incident. Now, why could this be? The incident was political in nature. So could the mainstream media sites have vested interests in not publishing such news? Were they afraid? Thoughts such as these were on my mind. Now, there are more than 50 mainstream media channels. How many published this news and how many did not? How could I find out without opening each of these 50 sites on my browser? Was there a quick way to do so? The answer to this question lies in a technology called web scraping. And in this video, I will show you exactly what I did to answer this question. I have deliberately kept things simple just to give you a sense of the flow. But even this simple solution will help us solve our problem. So here are the ingredients we need for this recipe. The Python regular expressions library to build our pattern. The Python library URL lib that allows us to work with URLs. And a Python library for parsing HTML called Beautiful Soup. So let's get started. First, I wish to see if we have the necessary libraries. I have used pip to install my libraries, so we'll do a pip freeze to list them out. As you can see, we have Beautiful Soup and URL lib. We do not need to install the regular expressions library since it comes installed with Python. So now let's simulate a problem scenario. I noticed two events trending today on social media. President Trump had just sent out some controversial tweets, so he was trending globally, and a bishop engaging in ungodly activities was trending in India. I wish to see if these two topics are mentioned on the home page of a list of reputed news websites. So let's next identify the websites. Here they are. These, as you can see, are well-known news websites from various countries. Now let's create a new Jupyter notebook and import the necessary packages. URL lib, Beautiful Soup and the regex package. Now we will capture our website information in a dictionary. The key will be the name of the media company and the value will be the URL like so. Let's just print out the contents for good measure. Now let's capture the pattern we wish to look for. I'm going to use a regex for this, which gives us great flexibility in pattern definition. Now there's so much we can do out here, but right now let's just keep things simple and just say we will not worry about case. Okay, time to loop through the websites and do our searching. Our final output variable will be a dictionary whose key will be the media house, for example BBC. The value of this key will be all the news headings that have our pattern, example Bishop or Trump. Now let us loop through our input dictionary, extracting keys and URLs. For each URL, we will get our request object, passing header information as needed, and finally open the URL. We will read the HTML and pass it to a Beautiful Soup object to parse. Once we do this, we can then easily access the contents of the HTML, such as its various headings, for example. Now let's take a step back. HTML defines 6 types of headings, H1 to H6. H1 headings are more prominent than H6. So apart from finding out whether our patterns exist in the HTML, we may also be interested in seeing how prominently they are displayed. So for each URL, we will also search for each type of heading, like so. And at this stage, we can finally use our pattern. We are basically seeing if a pattern is present in each of the 6 headings on a website. And if it is, we add it to the titles list. We also strip off any leading or trailing spaces from the heading. And finally, we add this information into the output dictionary for each URL. Great. And now to test things. Alright, so here's our output dictionary. So we have the keywords BBC, Dawn, New York Times and Scroll. So first looking at BBC, so we have got 3 entries. All 3 have H3 titles, and all three involve the keyword Trump. No mention of the pattern bishop. So let's look at Dawn. So that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 titles, and as you can see, it's a mix of H2. All are H2 here, and again all involve the keyword Trump. Coming to a New York Times, again we've got 3 entries, and again all involve the keyword Trump. So till now there's no mention of the term bishop, and again I guess that was more local news and from coming out of India. So let's look at our Indian website. So let's scroll out here, and this one entry, no mention of Trump here, and it has the mention of bishop. So just remember, our keyword was lowercase, but since it was a case insensitive match, so it captured the bishop with a capital B. Now, just to do one final test, I want to pick up any one of these titles here, and just to make sure that they do indeed appear on the website. So let's do that. Thanks a lot.